Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon. Today I'm going to cover the topic on aggregation. At the end of this lecture, students should be able to create an instance of a class as a field in another class, implement methods for the instance, create an instance from the class. In this particular example, we are going to create an instance from the class sample 4. And we are going to use array for instances created from the class sample 4. Okay. Note that aggregation occurs when an instance of a class is a field in another class. So for this example, you can see in line 28, okay, I have attribute 7, okay, that is an instance of class sample 1A. Okay, so I have implemented my sample 1A class in sample1a.cpp here. Okay, so look at sample 1a class here where I have my private attributes and also my public methods here. Okay, the implementation are already here in line 26 until line 68. Okay, for class sample 1a. Okay, let us get back to sample 4 class. Okay, so in class sample 4 we have 3 attributes where attribute 7 is an instance of class sample 1a is a field to this particular class. Okay, I have also included the public methods here. Okay, what I'm going to highlight here is the important note in number 2, line 11 here. When an instance of one class is a member of another class, it is said that there has a relationship between the classes. Okay, so in this case, okay, we can say that sample 4 has sample 1a. Okay, so that is the has a relationship. Okay, it is also known as a whole part relationship. Okay, where one object is part of a greater whole. Okay, so in this case, you can say that attribute 7 is part of a sample 4. Okay, next, I want you to focus on the set attribute 7 method implementation that is in line 51 until line 57, where I use my attribute 7 to call the methods in sample 1a. Okay, that they are set attribute 1, set attribute 2, set attribute 3, and set attribute 4 methods. I'm using the attribute 7 to invoke these methods. Okay, in line 65 until line 71, yeah. Okay, I'm using my attribute 7 to invoke the get attribute 1, get attribute 2, and get attribute 3, okay, methods. Okay, and also get attribute 4 method. Okay, I'm using the cout statements for line 67 until 69. Okay, because the get attribute 1, get attribute 2, and get attribute 3 methods are expected to return values. So I'm going to display the values returned by these methods. Okay, get attribute 4 is a void method. Okay, so cout statement is not needed here. Okay, let us look at sample 4 main.cpp, okay, where I have line 7 to create an instance, okay, from class sample 4, and in line 8 okay, I have an array. Okay, note that I have defined the size in line 2 as 3. So my object array 2, that is the array name, okay, the size of the array is 3. Look at line 11 until 13, okay, where I invoke the methods using object 2. Okay, and in line 16, 17, and 18, okay, I use the object 2 again, okay, to invoke the get attribute 5, get attribute 6, and get attribute 7 methods. Okay, line 16 until 17, okay, I'm going to display the output. Okay, because these two methods, get attribute 5 and get attribute 6, are expected to return values. Okay, get attribute 7 is a void method. Okay, for the array, look at the implementation. okay, in line 22 where I have my for statement to keep track the index. Line 25 until line 27, I'm using the array to invoke the set attribute 5, set attribute 6 and set attribute 7 methods. Okay, line 31, again, I'm using the for statement, okay, to keep track the index of the array. Okay, then line 34 until line 36, I am using my array, okay, to invoke the get attribute 5, get attribute 6 and get attribute 7 methods. Okay, similar to the previous implementation where I want to display the output, okay, the values returned by get attribute 5 and get attribute 6 methods. I'm using the cout statements. Get attribute 7 is a void method, so I'm not using any cout statement here. Okay, so that is the end of my lecture on aggregation. Thank you.